Morning, Prof. Dekan.
Morning.
Everyone. Morning. We wait for 1 or 2 more minutes, Prof. Dekan. We start at 9:30.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, I think we can start, Prof. Dekan.
Okay, thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good morning to each of you. Can you see my slide?
Yes, can see, Prof.
So I enlarge it. Okay, now better, right?
Yes.
Okay, let me start with this. The topic given to me by Prof. Jason, how to write scholarly article in 7 days. And at the beginning, I just simply accept without thinking about this task. And then later on, I try to start think about it. And then I reflect that's what I have with me. So I had experience of writing survey paper in 30 days. Even though people takes about 6 months or sometimes takes 10 months or even 1 year to write a survey paper, but I had experience before writing a survey paper in 30 days. It is possible. And then let me say again, I was approached by Prof. Jason to give a talk about this title. And after getting a kind of some sort like request from Prof. Jason, I start to browse internet. There are many material on the internet. And then I come back to Prof. Jason, telling him, there's no need for me to talk about this. And then he said to me that he want my versions. So today I'm going to present my versions in writing article in 7 days. So I mean, there are many material on the internet, but I saw all the material on the internet. They are not really go into details. Today, what I'm going to do, I try to share with you my experience and getting things done in a proper way. And I want to emphasize here that there is no standard, there is no standard method to write an article in 7 days. There is no. One person say this, one person there say that. But at the end of the day, there is no standards. So today I'm going to share my thought about this. And again, as I mentioned to you, that many material can be found on the internet, but you can have a look about it. But here I emphasize on writings because that's my what you call it, my finding among us. Our writing skill still need to be improved. That's why right now I try to give emphasis on writings. Okay, is it possible? The answer is yes, if you are positive. Because why? Because there are people who have done it. Assumption. The second assumption is data is already ready. Data is already ready. If you start from scratch, meaning that no data, it will be impossible for you to write in 7 days unless you just simply write a normal, what you call it, a normal journal paper that you can, for example. But if you write scholarly article, you need data. Assumption. The next assumption is you are ready to work 8 hours a day. So meaning that we have 56 hours that we have to work on. Again, the last one, you must have positive attitude with strong determinations. This is this is assumption. If you want to make sure that this what you call it, this method work, you must have this assumption. The second one I want to put to you, you must have a good, this is the prior requirements. You must have a good plain English writing skill. I'm not saying English, I said plain English. Because in academic writing, we are using plain English, not artistic English writing or literature English writings. Number two, you must have the tool for writing. In this case, some people prefer to use Microsoft Word. Okay, some people object that against that. Some people prefer to use LaTeX. Some people don't like to use LaTeX with their reasons. But if you ask me personally, I like to use LaTeX for the simple reasons that it make your work easy. For example, when you want to use references, as well as when you are doing editing. Very simple, because it makes your life easy. But it's subject to you. If you want to use Microsoft Word, it's up to you. Of course, you need a referencing tone and not with tag and extra. And also, you must have a template that you want to work on, a template. Because you have no time, to create a new template. You just simply take the template. For example, if you want to submit to one particular journal, I repeat, if you take you want to submit to one particular journal, you just go to the journal, and then normally they have a template. Especially if you are using LaTeX, they have their own template. Then you just simply take it and use it. That's all. Easy. Now let's start. This is a very important understanding. You look at here, we have many type of papers, many type of scholarly articles. Review paper, survey paper, systematic literature review, mapping paper, transaction paper, journal paper, and letters. You look at that in red colors, journal paper and letters is possible to be written in 7 days. But the rest are not possible. Look at that. Review paper, for example, normally the length of the paper is between 18 to 25 pages. The number of words about 6,000 to 8,000 words. And then if you divide by 6, because even though you got 7 days, but normally you only work for 6 days, and then 1 day for housekeeping. So you have to write every single day 1,000 to 1,004 for review paper. So at the end of the column, I put the verdict, no. Similarly to survey paper, similarly to SLR, similarly to mapping paper and transaction paper, the answer is no. You cannot write that type of papers in 7 days. If you can write it, you are super humans. But if you go, if you see journal paper, it only takes about 8 to 12 pages. Normal, right? I'm not saying, and there are some of you maybe your journal maybe takes about 18 papers. It's up to you. But this is a normal average, 8 to 12 pages. The number of words is between 28 up to 42. So if you divide by 6, you got 466 to 700 per day that you need to write. Don't tell me that you cannot write 400 for less than 500 words per day. If you look at that, 500 words is about less than 2 pages a day. Less than 2 pages a day. I repeat, less than 2 pages a day. 2 pages a day. So it is possible. Now the question is, if you know that the amount of the amounts of pages that you need to write every single day for 6 days, but you must have the content, right? You must have the content to write about. Now, okay, so you can write journal paper, or even you can write letters. Letters only takes 175 words per day. 175 words per day. So, to me, journal paper and letters are possible to be written in 7 days. Now, the structure of journal paper, if you look at that, this is a very common, standard. Title, we got authors and co-authors and their affiliations. Then we got abstract. To me, I choose 150 to 250. Even some of you say maybe 80 to 100. It's up to you. But to me, I like to use 150 word for abstract. Keyword, because this keyword is very important, because it will improve your citation. When people query, search the paper, they base on these keywords. Now you look at the introduction, actually you are stating, you are introducing what problem was addressed. You look at that, the word there was past tense. What problem was addressed? Meaning that you have done the work, not you are planning to do the work. You have done the work. LR, what work has been done? Method, how was it solved? The result, what was found? Discussion, what do the finding means? And lastly, conclusion. Now you look at that, then the percentage. I would like to emphasize that journal paper, you look at that, the sections of method, results, and discussion, they are the main component of a journal paper. The main component of journal paper. Okay, you must put emphasis on these sections. If this not written well, then the paper has no quality, no value. There's no reason to be accepted by journal. Okay. Forget about LR. LR only 10 to 20%. So in this case, you can calculate how many words that you need to write. You know, for introduction, how many words that you can write, that you have to write for introduction, LR method, and so on and so forth. So based on this percentage, from that you can put how many paragraphs. So this is the thing that you need to prepare. What I call it as a template. Your own template. Your own template. Now, then we go to writing plan. Again and again, I would like to mention for several times, title and summary, day one. You start by writing the abstract first and the title. This is not a conventional way of doing things, you know. Right? We were taught abstract should be written at the end, at last. But this time, we ask you to write abstract and title first, and followed by method, result, and conclusion. Then you write introduction, LR, and then lastly you revise. These are the plan. You start by writing the abstract because you know that you must be well versed in writing the abstract. Always remember there are 5 components in writing abstract. 5 components. That's why when I ask, for example, when I ask PhD students in the Viva, can you summarize your PhD thesis in 5 sentences? They were struggling to answer that. Actually, I was asking them about the abstract. There are 5 components in abstract, at least. 1, justification or motivation. Number 2, problem address. Number 3, objective. Number 4, method use. And number 5, finding. That's all. So you got 5 sentences. In this regard, since you have, for example, 150 words, right? 150 words for abstract. How many words that you can write for components? Okay, but between 20 to 30. Between 20 to 30. How many sentences? Between for 20 to 30 words. 2 sentences, 2 or 3 sentences per per component. Right? 2 or 3 sentences. You don't have to write as you like. You just simply write 2 or 3 sentences per component. If you write, for example, if you want to write justification, just write in 3 sentences. Motivation, just in 3 sentences. Statement of problem in 2 or 3 sentences as well. Similarly, other components. Okay? Now, again, method. Method is not methodology. There are misconceptions about this. Many believe that methodology is a method. Method is a subset of methodology. I repeat, method is a subset of methodology. Method is a way to achieve the objective. Now, result, you are gathering data and doing analysis. And remember, in the result section, you must highlight the knowledge contribution. The knowledge contribution. I repeat, you must highlight the knowledge contribution. Any scholarly article, if don't offer new knowledge, it has no value. Then there is no reason to accept that paper. So the first thing first, you must highlight the knowledge contribution. What are knowledge? Okay, so for example, we know that from data we process to become information. From information we process to become knowledge. But what exactly knowledge representations? Knowledge representation. What is it? We are using graph to present knowledge. What knowledge is one trend? This is from machine learning, from data science perspective. I repeat, from data science perspective, there are 7 types of knowledge. Number 1 is trend, pattern, association, classification or taxonomy, regressions. I can't remember all, but there are 7. So you can refer from data science perspective about knowledge. Knowledge, right? I can't remember the term. So you must have 2 or 3 graph in result section. Without graph, yes, no, what do you call it? People not really impressed with your work. Because why you need graph? Because graph is a tool to represent knowledge. I repeat, graph is used to represent knowledge. That's why in your thesis, in your PhD thesis, in result and discussion chapter, you need to have a lot of graph, because graph can represent knowledge. What are the knowledge? Just now I mentioned trend, pattern, association, ruling, classification, and blah, blah, blah. And then conclusion. Conclusion means that you are revisiting the achievement of the objective. Because you mentioned that in the abstract, you mentioned in the introduction about the objective of the paper, then you have to revisit whether you have achieved the objective or not. Okay, and then next introduction, justification. Justification, the word justify, why you are addressing the problem. Why? This is very important, guys, because you cannot simply say, I like this because I want to address this because because many material on the internet, or not many material on the internet. That's not the reason. Remember, in technology, our main focus of research is from problem-based paradigm. Problem-based paradigm. You are solving a problem. So depending on you, how you understand the problems, depending on you. I'm not going to talk about what problem is, but you must understand what problem is. Don't try to differentiate between problem and the cause of the problem. So what is the problem and what is the cause of the problem? You must be able to differentiate that. Next, literature review. Remember, in an article, LR is very, very, what do you call it? Very light, and you don't have to write long enough for you to mention fundamental concept only. Or you can, better still, if you can cite 2 or 3 related work that relevant to your problem. That's all. Lastly, then you have to revise and revise and revise your work. Okay, this is the plan that I suggest. This is not the standard. It's up to you. You can, but the order should be the same. The order should be the same. I repeat, the order should be the same. You must write a method. Why method first? Because method is the easiest for you to write while you are collecting data, right? Because you remember the assumption here, you have collected data. So of course, right, when you have collected data, you already know the method used to collect it. So it's easy for you to write about the method used in your data gathering. Okay. Next. Now, when people say your writing is not good, what does it mean? It means that if your writing cannot comply 3C, it means that your writing is not good. So the 3 C's, concise, clarity, and coherent. Clarity first, and second concise, and the third one coherence. So in order to be able, in order to improve your skill, I strongly recommend you to read plain English book. Plain English book, because that plain English, they will tell you how to achieve these 3 things. Okay? 3C. Now, as I mentioned just now, I'm not, because I'm emphasizing on writing, I should start by by introducing what I call is unit of writing. If you look at one article, right, it contains several sections: introductions, related work, method, result, discussion, and conclusion. All of them are sections. So, unit of writing of article contain of a number of sections. every section, they have subsections. Sum of sections. You see that? So every section, they have sum of subsections. Similarly, every subsection must contain several paragraphs. Every paragraph must contain several sentences. So if you understand this, it will be, what you call it? It would be illogical to accept the fact that under one subsection, only one paragraph. So supposedly under one subsection, at least more than one paragraph, because a number of paragraphs. You cannot put one paragraph under subsections. Okay. Similarly, one paragraph, only one sentence, it will be cannot be accepted. Of course, there are a number of sentences. How many? Because you have to look at the structure of paragraph. Look at here. Sections, they have three components. I will repeat, there are three components. Introduction, body, and conclusion. I call it IBC, or sometimes I use the word ABC. I or A, B, C. B, body, C, conclusion. I also can be meant by abstract. So similarly, subsection also contain IBC. But in paragraph, look at that. The way you write paragraph, first you must write the title of the paragraph. Title sentences. Title sentence. And then you explain about that title. Lastly, you evaluate. This is called a paragraph. I call it a text. I call it anatomy of paragraph. I call it anatomy of subsection. I call it anatomy of section. This is the way you write. That's why I don't understand why you said that you got a problem to write. To me, it's very simple. Whatever section, whatever unit of writing that you want to write, just simply apply IBC or ABC. Very simple, right? You don't have to. I mean, you said that I cannot write because I blur. I mean, I lost and then because you have no guideline, no guidance, you know. But here you got a guidance that you can start writing, even though at any time you can write. Okay. Section and segregate the writing into multiple different parts. Each section is own aim and summary. Okay, I use the word doctrine IBC, introduction, body, and conclusion. Introduction means that explanation on concept, statement of the unit, statement objective of the unit. So what is the purpose of that unit? That you have to mention that. So then by doing that, you are making your writing more clear to the readers. Okay? More clear to the readers. IBC. So every unit of writing, sections, subsections, you must write like this. Paragraph, we know already. And then sentences also need to be carefully crafted. Subsections. Okay. Divide the writing in the section to do multiple subsection. Each subsection focus on specific action or explanation on that section. Is that the meaning of subsections? The purpose of subsection is to manage the clarity of the writing by not jumping everything into a single sections. Paragraph, I already mentioned just now. Okay. Now, sentence. Sentence. Again and again and again and again, I would like to advise you guys. When we were in secondary school, we were taught about how to write sentences in English. Okay. The basic component of sentence is subject and predicate. Subject and predicate. Subject and predicate. Predicate is a story about the subject. Okay. But that's not the only, what you call it, format of writing a sentence. And I would like to again advise you, when you said subject and predicate, subject here is not human, but I want you to start using that paper as a subject. My paper present, this paper present, this paper discuss, meaning that paper is a subject. Okay, this paper contribute, not the research contribute. You know that you are writing a report in terms of scholarly article. Actually, a scholarly article is a report to the work that you have done. So the way that you approach, the way you write, you must assume that paper is the one who are doing the talking. That's why I always comment when I comment many of your papers. That's the witnesses. You must start thinking that the paper do the talking, not you, not the writer, not the co-author. Okay. And then again, a sentence is a basic unit of writing. A complete sentence consists of 4 units of writing: subject, verb, complete thought, period. Question mark or exclamation mark at the end. That's a complete sentence. Subject, verb. So in academic writing, we are emphasizing on active sentence. But you can use passive as well, but not many as active sentence. Okay, Guy, am I talking alone or I have audience?
Very useful, Prof. Learning.
Yeah, okay.
We are following, Prof. We are following.
Okay, I thought I'm talking alone on Zamar. only chicken only listening to me. Apa ni? Kata Selina Kamis. Because they heard my ayam pokok sini ni. Okay, next.
Ada, Prof, ada.
Okay, next. Okay. Table and figures. Table and figures. Table should be the title of the table should be at the top of the table. Figures should be bottom of the figures. Saya ulang. Title of the table should be at the top. of your table. Figures, title should be below of the figures. Dengar tak ayam tu? Dia kata sudahlah tu, cukuplah tu, boleh berhenti dia kata.
Boleh cakap dengan ayam.
Ada? Madi, Pak, cakap ayam Madi. Apa tu dia always remember, right? If you put the title in your figures or in your table, shouldn't have repeated title. Do you understand that now? Shouldn't have repeated title. The title should be macam katakan you buat graph, right? In your graph you letak title. Lepas tu kat luar tu pun you letak lagi title. It's not only one title only. Okay? Saya suka mengingatkan pada you semua bahawa you better use table or graph or figures dengan banyak, dengan baik. Sebab itulah lebih baik daripada you menulis. Because your writing, I mean, sometimes we are not good. I mean, our writing sometimes always can lead to misunderstood, and people don't understand what exactly that we are trying to convey. But by putting in picture or in graph or in table or in figures, they can easily see it. Okay. Sama juga diagram. Diagram is to be seen by readers. Don't torture the eyes of the readers. Apa maksudnya? Dahlah diagram tu kabo kecil. Cuba bayangkanlah orang yang nak baca ni, do you think that the reviewer they have time nak kebanyakannya nak ada time nak teliti satu-satu? No, they don't have time. If something that make them berkata ni susah, dia tak akan buatnya, dia akan takkan layannya. Okay. Again, title should summarize the idea of the research writing. I repeat, title should summarize the idea of the research writing. Normally, biasanya kita combinekan dua komponen. Satu, the problem with the method. Or domain with the method. Normally kalau tidak, problem with the method or domain with the method. That's the way that you construct the title. And always remember, when you put up a title, you must go and make sure the title is not repeated in the internet. If the title is repeated, then there's no chance for that paper to be accepted. No chance. So make sure that the title is distinctive. They are not similar to whatever title that has been exists on the internet. Now looking here, if you write 8 pages, right? This is my suggestions. If you write 8 pages of articles, 12 words for title, abstract maybe 250, maybe you can less than 150. Introduction only 3/4 page introduction. Related 1.5. Proposed methodology 1.5. Result discussion 2.5. Conclusion half page. Reference 1 page. That's all. It's very, to me, it's possible to be written. Right? Only 1 page is 1 page. You know how many words that you have to write in 1 page using word processor is only 350 words per page. You know, 350 without text, without graph. Can you imagine if you include graph in your page? How many words actually that you are writing? Very less. Very less. About maybe around 100 and 150 only. So can you then don't tell me that you can write one section using word 150 words, right? I said many times there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are many components in abstract. Okay, guys. There is no standard. I said to you, abstract can be written like this, or you can just simply based on five components. Justifications. Okay, justification, problem address, and then objective, method, and the results. Only 5. When you write introduction, you are repeating what you are writing in the abstract. When you are writing an introduction, you are repeating what you have written in the abstract. In abstract, you only write, for example, motivation on only 2 sentences. Maybe here you in introduction, maybe you write motivation in 1 paragraph or 2 paragraphs. Okay. Similarly, related work. Now, point number 2, summarization element must be clearly prevailed. When you write the related work, you must summarize the work that has been done. The word that summarize, you are not fact-lifting. You are not fact-lifting, meaning that you are copying what has been written from one source to your paper. No. You are not supposedly to duplicate. But what you are supposed to do is you summarize it. Summarize it. Then it has a value. Now, the solution that you, for example, in article, right? The solution that you have, you must describe. How to describe? Okay. To me, the best way to describe so that people can understand and not be misunderstood by using mathematic notation. I repeat, to me, the best way to describe your solution is by using mathematic notation. Of course, you can use diagrammatics like UML, flowchart, and so on, or you can use narrative or text. But it will be very lengthy, and then it can cause you misunderstood. But if you are using mathematics, because mathematic notation is very, it's very accurate, nobody can question that. Nobody can question. That's why I like you. If I were, I like to propose to you to use mathematic modeling. My mathematic modeling here, I refer to using mathematic notations. Using mathematic notation. Now, guys, I'll give you a simple example. Let's say, simple example. if you write a paper about optimizations, so what is the basic theory of optimization? The basic theory of optimization is the theory of complexity. The theory of complexity. The theory of complexity suggests big O notation. Then you can use big O notation to represent your solution if you are writing optimization problems. You are writing optimization solutions. That's what I mean. So you look like your paper is really look like very technical now, not contains of words and words and words. Oh, Mehdi will argue with me. What about my area? My area, Prof. My area cannot do like that. My area is very It's up to you. You are the one who. I mean, don't tell me whatever work that you do is not based on it's not based on certain theory. I can tell you, I stand my claim here. Whatever work that you do, guy, direct or indirect, it has related to some degree of the theory. You have to find the theory that related to your work. It doesn't mean, for example, if you are doing optimization, there's no theory behind it. If you are using machine learning, you are doing machine learning, you are not relying on certain theory. No, you are wrong. Every single work that you do, he has a connection or he has a relationship with certain theory. You have to find it. That's why I said modeling. You have to model it. You have to make sure that your solution is understood by the readers. The best way to make the reader understood is by putting in mathematical modeling. Or if you are not able to do that, you can put in diagrammatical modeling, or lastly, textual modeling. But if you write in textual modeling, it's very, very lengthy, it will be very barbados, too many words, people not really. And then the weaknesses of barbados, text, it will cause misconceptions. Analysis, investigate. No, the word analysis actually investigate the relationship between entities within the system, whereas synthesis investigate the relationship between entities between system. They want within system. Now, data analysis is the process of applying statistical or logical technique to describe, explain, and evaluate data. So, what to measure, how to measure, collect data, and also analyze data, and lastly, interpret data. These are the things when you call it data analysis. So, this part should be under result and the discussion. The results about what to measure, how to measure data collection. But when come to discussion, you have to analyze the data or interpret the data. Discussion. This section discuss the experiment result thoroughly upon the research objective achievement. It's not just restating the result gathered from the evaluation or experiment. It should analyze, synthesize, interpret, and generalize. The word there is not just restating. Don't ever repeat what has been stated. Conclusion, referencing. Now, referencing, you must refer the recent article, 5 years old article. However, However, you can refer to very old materials, provided that old material is an anchor paper, meaning that it has received thousand and thousand citations. That's why it's called anchor paper. Even paper in 1937, still you can refer because it's an anchor paper. Now, Guy, the selection of papers for you to refer is very important as well. When you write an article, the reviewer will check your references used, and if they find that your material from Google Scholar, they said that this is not high reliable papers, you know. So then make sure that you use from high reliable databases, Scopus or Web of Science or IEEE, or even good databases, online databases. Don't simply get the material from Google Scholar then you use it. No. Okay, finish. I have another half an hour. Can we proceed or we stop here?
Prof, if you have more material, I think we can proceed. If not, we can also go for Q&A, Prof.
Yeah, I think you better. But before that, this is the last slide. Maybe I have another. I have 50 slides, but I just cover only half. And I want each of you. I want my staff in FKI to have this book. I think some of you has been what you call it, has been introduced with this book. All right. Am I right, Zamhar?
Some of the parts basically were covered before in our sessions amongst the KPs. But yeah. So far, okay, Prof, it's up to you if you want to continue. I think there might be some new tidbits.
Yeah. Okay. Because to me, this book should be what you call it, should be every single our staff should have this book and then use this one as a reference. Because to me, this is the best book for improving our writing skill. Okay. And I will pass this line to you all after this, and then you can follow this line. And I think we should be okay. Okay, it should be okay. Okay, I don't want to. You can follow this slide later on. Okay, Prof Jason, can we open for Q&A because we have another half an hour? Prof Jason? Tak dengarkah? Halo? Halo, Prof Jason? Any question? Halo? Semua orang dengar tidak? Aduh.
Dengar, Prof.
Assalamualaikum, Prof.
Saya dengar. Jangan tak ada orang dengar. Dengar, okey. Ada soalan? Kalau ada soalan, ada.
Ya, Prof. Saya ada soalan, Prof. Shaliza.
Ya.
Boleh Prof explain more about methods dengan metodologi tu? Boleh Prof bagi contoh beza methods dengan metodologi tu?
Okey. Metodologi ialah, saya kata metodologi ialah dia bersifat, kita panggil is a set. Okay, since you are orang teknikal, Liza, saya beritahu, methodology is a set of methods. Okay tak, Liza? Kalau saya cakap begitu, a set of methods. So what is method then?
Dia punya subset lah.
Ya, tapi what is method then? Kalau you define tadi, methodology is a set of method. So what is method then?
Ways to achieve.
Exactly. It's a way. It's a way. It's a way. Right? It's a way. Right? Yeah. Okay. Am I answering you?
Ya, macam katakan dalam software engineering, kita ada metodologi dia waterfall, SDLC. Jadi method sekarang waterfall tu
apa dia?
Questionnaire.
Iya.
Method.
Ini dalam SE, right? Kita ada macam-macam metodologi. Soft system methodology, SSM. Apa dia soft system methodology itu? Hard system methodology. Apa dia? Hard system methodology. For your information, hard system methodology itu dalamnya ia metodologi. Tapi dalamnya apa metodnya? Cybernetic adalah method dalam hard system methodology. HSM dalamnya ada cybernetic. Cybernetic itu pula apa dalamnya lagi? Liza, apa lagi dalam cybernetic?
Tak tahu bro. I don't know.
Robotic.
Oh, okay. Cybernetic. Okay.
Yeah, robotic. You are cybernetic. It means that you are building Android.
Replication. Okay.
Okay.
Kalau kita kata metodologi kita simulation Prof, ada lagi ke dia punya method tu?
Tidak. Simulation bukan bukan metodologi. It's a method. Okay. Perkataan yang selalu sangat orang keliru yang saya namakan sebagai misconception. Perkataan qualitative approach. Pernah dengar? Qualitative approach. People talk about, what research I'm doing, quantitative approach.
So, tak dengar Prof. Kalau tanya you buat thesis you qualitative ke quantitative approach?
So the word approach nampak tak? Approach di situ. Bila approach tu apa? Dia methodology, bukannya method. So what method in qualitative? What method do you use in qualitative? Nampak? Itu approach, methodology. Okay, so by understanding this, in your chapter, for example, your chapter, kalau kata yang siapa yang nak buat PhD, chapter 3 ataupun chapter 4, itu tulis itu research methodology. Nampak tak? Research methodology. So, research methodology itu apa? Maknanya ialah kombinasi method yang you gunakan untuk you mencapai objektif research tersebut. Kalau kamu ada research objektif kamu ataupun kamu punya research objektif ada 3, sepatutnya ada 3 metod yang kamu gunakan untuk menjawab metodologi, menjawab objektif tersebut. Itu yang dipanggil sebagai research methodology. Kalau satu saja bukan metodologi.
Okey, faham Prof.
Okey.
Tapi metod tu boleh sama juga kan Prof, katakan objektif 1 mathematical model, objektif 2 simulation, objektif 3 pun simulation. Kira boleh juga lah Prof. Ke tak boleh sama?
Tak boleh sama punya. Macam mana kamu contohnya? Kemudian pula tentang objektif yang terdapat objektif tadi. Sebenarnya dalam objektif tadi dia senarai objektif tadi. Saya ulang, senarai objektif tadi sebenarnya ialah mesti reflect the process of research. Saya ulang. Senarai objektif must reflect the process of research. Bukan terpilih-terpilih. Yang apa yang kita buat ialah yang terpilih-terpilih. No, it's not. Because bila you buat PhD, you are what you call it? You are being recognized as the doctorate in philosophy. If you do not know what the process of research, then you are not qualified to be awarded PhD. Even though you got PhD. So that's why I said, every single thing yang you buat itu sebenarnya ada kait-mengait dengan antara satu sama lain. Oleh kerana kita dah ada research objektif, maka dia akan menentukan apakah metod yang akan kita gunakan untuk mencapai objektif tersebut. Jadi setiap objektif tadi akan menghasilkan output. Setiap objektif menghasilkan output. Output itulah yang kita kena sebutkan sebagai kita punya sumbangan. Okay? Ada 20 minit lagi. Any question?
Prof, I think, there is a question from Encik Zakaria in the chat. I just read out. He asks, systematic literature review, SLR is different from LR. How many numbers of articles need together for SLR analysis?
Okay. Memanglah, memang it's true, right? SLR memang berbeza dengan LR. Memang berbeza. Actually, for your information, LR tu tidak, dia sebenarnya LR ialah, I repeat, LR ialah ada elemen summarization. Saya ulang, LR ada elemen summarization, meaning that you are reviewing, you are summarizing the literature. Itu LR. Tetapi SLR ini ialah dia basekan kepada soalan yang you tanya pada literature. I repeat, saya ulang. SLR ialah soalan, a set of question you ask to the literature because you cannot find the answer directly. I repeat, because you cannot find the answer directly from the literature, therefore you have to conduct SLR, systematic literature review, based on question that you pose to the literature. Ada soalan lagi tak? Boleh faham tak ni? Apa yang saya terang ni?
Okay.
How many number of article need together for SLR? Ini very subjektif, Zakaria. Kalau you kata, kalau you tanya saya, agak-agak berapa agaknya? Padli berapa agak-agaknya Padli? Padli agak-agak berapa? Biasanya saya akan antara 40 hingga 80 lah artikel. 120 itu untuk review lah Asmedi. Okay, untuk 120 tu untuk review. Tapi untuk SLR mungkin antara 40 hingga 80 lah. That's good enough. Okay, hope answer your question.
Prof, maybe I have a question myself, Prof. We submit this scholarly article. How do we know the depth of the data that we have, the analysis is sufficient for publication in high impact journal?
Oh, okay.
Your experience, Prof.
Yeah, okay. The keyword there, the keyword there ialah rigorous. A rigorous analysis. What does it mean? It means that if you are not having sufficient data, how do you know that how can you do rigorous analysis. Now, I cannot give you one. Just a minute. I do one. Yeah. Sorry, ada courier hantar barang. Sorry. Okay, to answer Jason's question just now, as I said just now, the keyword there is rigorous analysis. So if you can carry out rigorous analysis, it means that you have sufficient data. Now, tier 1 or not tier 1, tier 1 only if you are doing something not has been done before is the tier 1. If you do extension work, it's not tier 1. I repeat, if you are doing extension work, it's not tier 1. Tier 1 is something that totally new. Now, to answer how depth the data should be, I just simply say it depends on your rigorous analysis. If you can do rigorous analysis, it's good enough. I think
okay, thank you very much, Prof. Yeah, that's very helpful. Thank you, Prof. Understand. Okay, are there any other questions for Prof?
Yeah.
Please, any questions? We still have time.
Yeah, you still get time and 15 minutes more. Farah, kamu tanya saya apa? Rigorous. Apa itu rigorous, Farah? Mana Farah Sashila ni?
Hai Prof, Assalamualaikum, lama tak jumpa.
Apa yang kata? Apa yang
Prof, saya cakap rigorous, okay, saya tengah fikir ni. Mesti mau rigorous, okay.
Rigorous, ya. You must kena rigorous. Kalau tidak nanti macam mana kamu punya? Atau itu yang dia panggil sebagai shallow tau. If not, your paper is very shallow paper.
Shallow tu maksudnya macam surface sajalah Prof. We don't get into depth.
Ya. Kenapa bila kita kata shallow, kenapa paper itu tak diterima? Kenapa kita tak terima kalau shallow paper? Because benda tu tidak mendatangkan kepastian. Jason, just now when you asked me how depth the data should be, I said to you it should be rigorous. Kenapa nak rigorous, Jason? Kenapa mesti rigorous? Kerana dengan melakukan secara rigorous, then you are minimizing, or kalau boleh kita nak eliminating the elements of kita panggil ketidakpastian.
Okay, Prof. Noted. Thank you, Prof. Very clear now. Thanks. I think Dr. has a question there. He asked, how do we match methods and objectives? Research question. How do we match method against objective and research question?
Yeah. Okay. Ini Mandy punya soalan ya. How do we match method and objective and research question? Now, biasanya orang akan mulakan, people will start, saya selalu gunakan perkataan establish the problem. Once you already establish the problem, right, you already make sure that problem is already a problem. Bukan potential problem. Bukan yang you rasakan itu problem, tapi it's not yang something that you have not proven. Then once you already establish the problem is a problem, then you start thinking, how about the solutions, right? You start thinking about the solution. Now, because bila you dah start thinking the solution, of course you need to specify the objective of your paper. What is it? What exactly that you want to do with your solution? Ketiga-tiga itu sebenarnya method, objective, research question itu berkait rapat. berkait rapat. Tidak adanya yang kita katakan dia terasing-asing, tidak. Dan dia mesti dimulakan dengan objektif, kemudian barulah kita pergi kepada method. Kemudian lepas objektif, lepas tu kalau kamu nak letakkan RQ, boleh letak RQ, lepas tu baru kepada method. So dia punya sequence begitu, sequence dia. Bukannya kita main, sebab kenapa kita letakkan RQ ini, okey. Kalau kita gunakan RQ, satu lagi hipotesis. Ada orang yang letakkan hipotesis, tapi sebenarnya hipotesis itu pun tidak pernah ditest. Bagi saya, kalau you state hypothesis yet you are not testing it, tak ada guna. Tak ada guna you letakkan hipotesis tersebut. Hype, daripada perkataan hype, hipotesis itu daripada perkataan hype campur thesis. If you are not testing, you are not evaluating the hypothesis. Hypothesis itu apa? Ialah propositions, proposition. You are proposing saja. It doesn't mean that when you propose something is already correct, is already effective. You have to test it. It's already correct. Unless you test it. How to test? You use statistical analysis to test hypothesis. Itu sebabnya dalam statistik adanya hypothesis testing. So make sure if you put the word hypothesis, make sure it is tested. Kalau tidak, jangan letak. Letakkan saja RQ. RQ boleh, tidak boleh, itu hanya menjawab. Tetapi ingat, apa-apa yang you tulis dengan RQ ke, ia mestilah berkait rapat dengan objektif dan dia mesti berkait rapat dengan method. Hope I answer your question, Mahdi.
Hello. Tak faham, Prof.
Yang mana satu tak faham?
Okey, macam mana kita nak tahu apakah method yang paling sesuai untuk that so-called objective? Mesti ada framework ke apa ke yang
Medi,
kesesuaian method tu kita boleh.
Okey, saya faham. Medi, kamu berfikir secara terasing tak? Saya tengok ni. Kamu fikir secara terasing. Saya kata tadi, dengar sini Medi. Ini kamu kena ingat semua. Apa saya cakap? Saya kata tadi ialah pertama sekali kamu ada masalah yang kamu nak address. Okay, clear that?
Okay.
Selepas ada masalah, apa kamu buat? Macam mana kamu dapat masalah, Medi? Kamu biasanya, macam mana kamu dapat masalah, Medi? Kalau boleh saya tanyalah. Macam mana cara kamu dapat masalah?
Antaranya observation. 1,
2.
From literature review.
Okay, bagus. 3. Banyak kan?
Banyak.
Okay. Katakanlah kamu ambil daripada literature review, okay? Literature review tu saya katakan, saya gunakan perkataan, ia hanyalah tempat untuk you mengenal pasti potential problem.
Okay, jelas.
Okay. Setelah itu, kamu fikir, kamu nak cari, macam mana caranya kamu nak membuktikan yang apa yang dicakap oleh literature review tadi adalah problem. You have to establish it. Macam-macam dengan cara you letakkan lebih banyak argument, meletakkan apa-apa evidence untuk menyokong bahawa kamu nak establish masalah yang kamu jumpa dalam literature tadi is a problem. Okay? Done.
Okay. Problem establishment lah.
Dan ketika kamu mau, kemudian bila ada masalah, kamu terfikir, kamu kena offer dia punya solution. Jalan penyelesaiannya.
Okay.
Jalan penyelesaiannya. So untuk mendapat jalan penyelesaian ni, mana kamu dapat idea ni, Mahdi? Macam mana datang? Adakah ia datang daripada kamu, dalam tidur kamu, malaikat Jibril dah bawa idea itu kepada kamu, ataupun macam mana caranya kamu dapat idea tersebut?
From precedent case.
Okay, gunakan perkataan daripada you gunakan daripada kerja-kerja yang telah dibuat oleh orang lain kan?
Ya.
Yeah.
Ya.
Kalaulah, itu sebagai apa? Sebagai kalaulah kerja-kerja orang lain dah buat, kenapa kamu nak buat benda yang sama?
Tak, maksud saya certain problem tu, type of problem dia mungkin sama tapi tak semestinya masalah yang sama. Jadi bolehlah kita guna method yang sama.
Tidak, saya kata tadi, katakanlah contohnya, katakanlah masalah kamu dah ada, kamu dah kena pasti masalah. Then you propose solution. Inilah you punya sumbangan.
Ya.
Cara you nak propose ini, you tak dapat datang daripada dalam tidur you tak dapat. Caranya, you melihat kerja-kerja yang orang telah buat. Tapi you tak boleh gunakan orang lain, orang kerja orang itu, you tak boleh gunakan. You have to come up dengan you punya yang baru. So, apa yang you buat? Sama ada you tambah ke, you modify ke, then itulah solution untuk masalah yang kamu kena pasti tadi.
Okay.
Now, solution tadi, saya kata tadi perkataan modeling. Anda ingat tak perkataan modeling? You kena menggambarkan modeling itu mungkin dalam macam bidang kamu gunakan framework sebagai model untuk solution kamu.
Betul.
Tapi ada orang lain tak gunakan framework, dia gunakan algoritma, dia gunakan
Matematik.
Whatever, mind mapping, whatever. So macam-macam cara modeling tadi boleh digunakan untuk memodelkan solution kepada masalah yang kamu telah kenal pasti. Right? Okay, Mari?
Okay.
Sekarang ni kamu dah ada framework. So, bagaimana kamu nak melaksanakan framework? Adakah framework tadi menentukan kamu nak buat data, sekarang ni framework itu tadi apa? Sebab kan kita research ini berkait dengan data. Berkait dengan data. Tak ada data bukan research. So, no matter what research you are doing, you must focus on data gathering. So, how you want to gather data? Secara eksperimen, betul? Secara questionnaire, you ambil orang data pada orang, datanya pendapat orang. Itu yang saya katakan tadi, saya mendefinisikan kualitatif dengan kuantitatif tadi sangat berbeza dengan orang lain punya pendapat. Saya ulang, saya mendefinisikan kualitatif dengan kuantitatif sangat berbeza dengan orang di dunia.
Okey, kalau macam tu Prof. Abdullah, boleh tak kalau saya simpulkan kita punya framework ataupun model for solution tadi will dictate the methods.
Yes.
Ya.
Ya.
Clear. Terima kasih.
Sama. Saya ambil satu contoh. Saya nak ulang sekali lagi perkataan ni yang supaya sekejap lagi 5 minit lagi, Jason. Saya ulang sekali lagi. Ramai orang bertanya, dalam buku-buku pun berkata bahawa kualitatif, kuantitatif, macam-macam lah. Tetapi saya nak ulang kepada perkataan yang semula. Dan cuba kita tengok. Setiap kata yang wujud, dia ada asas kata-kata dia tahu. Ada asas dia. Perkataan hypothesis tadi, ialah daripada perkataan hype, H-Y-P-E, dicampurkan dengan thesis. Begitu juga dengan kualitatif. Kualitatif daripada perkataan quality. Begitu juga dengan perkataan kuantitatif daripada perkataan quantity. Now, I'll give you a simple example. Let's say, saya nak ambil contoh, ni, Asmadi sebab saya suka berbual dengan dia. Saya ambil contoh, katakanlah saya nak buat pendidikan mengenai Asmadi secara kualitatif. Apa maksudnya? Saya nak buat research mengenai Asmadi secara kualitatif. Apa maksudnya? Bila kata-kata kualitatif, secara kualitatif maksudnya katakan saya nak tengok sama ada Asmadi ni orangnya baik hati ataupun tidak.
With rich understanding kalau kualitatif.
Jadi maknanya dikata lain takkan saya nak bertanya Asmadi, kamu ni baik tidak? Itu bukan. Maknanya kualiti tadi bukan ditentukan oleh subjek. Bukan ditentukan oleh Asmadi. Tapi kita dapatkan maklumat tu, data tu daripada orang luar, kawan-kawan dia. Kita tanya si Syed Syed, Esmedi baik tak? Syed kata baik. Lisa, Esmedi tu baik tak? Tak baik. Siapa? Esmedi tu baik tak? Baik. Jadi maklumat-maklumat inilah yang kita kumpulkan secara yang itu dipanggil sebagai qualitative approach. Data datang bukan daripada subjek, tapi daripada orang luar. Macam mana dia dapat? Secara questionnaire ke, interview ke, apa-apa sajalah. Manakala satu lagi ialah saya panggil kuantitatif. Saya nak buat penyelidikan mengenai Asmedi secara kuantitatif. Saya nak tengok berapakah Mahdi Asmedi ini dia ni fit atau tidak? Fit ataupun tidak? Jadi adakah saya perlu tanya pada Zamhar, Asmedi tu fit atau tidak? Tak perlu saya tanya pada Zamhar sebab Zamhar tak boleh menjawab soalan itu. Saya tak boleh tanya kepada Jekyll, Asmedi sihat ni okey tak? Fit tidak? Tak boleh jawab. Jadi apa yang kita buat? Kita kena dapatkan data mengenai kesihatan Asmedi itu daripada Asmedi sendiri. Kita measure dia punya breath ke, dia punya BMI ke, dia punya apa ke, daripada dia. So datang daripada subjek. Itu yang saya panggil sebagai kuantitatif. Saya ulang, saya punya pandangan sangat berbeza dengan orang lain di dunia. Sebab bagi saya melihat kepada asas kepada perkataan itu. Asas perkataan itu. Kualitatif dengan kuantitatif.
Boleh kita argue sikit tak, Prof Abdullah?
Sila.
Kalau saya kata apa yang pemahaman Prof Abdullah bagi tahu tadi tu lebih kepada qualitative atau quantitative of the data.
Ya. 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 So itulah dia. Bila kita katakan kualitatif approach, apa maksudnya? You are concerning about data gathering, right?
Okay.
Okay, so, dah pukul 11 mengikut masa saya diperuntukkan kepada saya pukul 11. Anything else, Prof. Jason?
Prof, yeah, I think maybe one last question. Dr. Irvin did ask in the chat just now, a few chats back. Prof, can you comment on the depth of content for letter?
Okay, letters dia punya depth dia tidak depth. Contohnya dalam bagian results, kalau kamu ada satu graf pun dah cukup. Satu graf. Latest sebenarnya ialah untuk melaporkan initial results of your experiment. Initial result of your experiment. Initial. Itu saja.
Biasanya letters ni dia boleh masuk paling tinggi pun Q berapa, Prof Abdullah?
Jekyll, berapa? Jekyll tak ada, dia tidur. Dia bergantung, ada yang Q1, tapi masalah nak masuk Q1 tu bukan bidang kita lah, bukan bidang kita, bidang fizik adalah letters dalam fizik. Macam kita punya bidang ni lebih kepada Q3, Q4 je letters. Tapi it's good lah, sekurang-kurangnya it's good for you to be, for promotion purposes. It's good, promotion purposes, I repeat, for promotion purposes. Hari ni saya punya contohnya kan, saya tengok kan sudah ada banyaknya ramai antara kita yang dapat grant. It's good, you know guys, sebab dari situlah nanti kamu akan dinilai. Semalam saya baru menilai seorang permohonan pensyarah UTM nak minta profesor. Walaupun dia punya, saya ulang walaupun dia punya H index dia rendah iaitu 9, walaupun H index dia rendah 9, tapi saya sokong kerana saya tengok dia punya papers banyak, kemudian yang paling penting sekali dia ada banyak grant dia lebih pada 3 juta, daripada 3 juta grant dia. Dan juga dia punya projek-projek yang dia dapat tu semuanya yang sampai berjuta lah projek-projek dia. So that's why I said, walaupun kita keutamaan saya beri kepada H-Index kan, tetapi bila saya tengok ada yang lain tadi yang boleh membantu kepada kekurangan H-Index itu, saya sokong. Seorang pensyarah daripada UTM, untuk kamu. Dia nak jadi profesor. Dan bagi saya dia layak untuk dipertimbangkan. Dan dia punya paper-paper pun ada dalam berbelas paper dia dalam Web of Science. Web of Science dan Q1. Walaupun dia punya H-Index dia 9. This is the way that kita tengok lah. Kita tengok macam mana. To me, guys, ladies and gentlemen, to me, yalah, while kita buat kerja-kerja ni, kita kena fikirkan juga apa yang kamu dapat masa 5 tahun, 10 tahun sekarang. By the time you pencen, saya memberi penekanan kepada kamu pencen nanti. Kita tak tahu berapa lama kita mati. Berapa lama kita hidup, semua kita mati. Kita mati pada umur 70 tahun ke, 75 tahun ke, by the time 60 tahun kita bersara. Berapa tahun lagi kita nak mati. At that time, kita tak tahu. So, kalau kita mati dan ketika itu kita ada sedikit
tolak ke poison.
Ya, sebab dia nak mati cepat sebab dia kata kena COVID dia mati cepat dia mati. Faham tak? Yang lain kita tak, ini saya fikirkan ketika kamu pencen ni, apa yang kamu ada. Okay guys. Okay, kalau tak ada kaji yang saya dapat kongsi pada hari ini, dan saya mengharapkan bahawa semuanya ni perlukan ada, apa pun saya cakap di sini ingatlah, apa pun yang saya cakap hari ini ialah success factor dia adalah you punya dedication lah. You punya dedication. Kalau tidak ada dedication, apa pun kita cakap pun takkan buat, takkan senang. Dan saya ingin ingatkan pada you all semua, apa pun yang kita hendak buat, kalau tidak ada dedication, takkan menjadi. Janganlah kita anggap sebanda lah pada semua orang di hari ini, saya ni, cubalah berusaha keras untuk memperbaiki you punya writing skill. Dapatkanlah buku yang saya sebutkan tadi, kemudian dapatkanlah buku plain English. Apa bunyi tu? Okay, Prof. Jason.
Okay, thank you very much, Dekan. So I think with the Q&A, Dekan.
Yeah.
Thank you so much again for sharing your very valuable insights and experiences in scholarly writing. I think Prof. Dekan shared a number of very unique approaches and effective scholarly writing techniques such as order of writing, the different sections of the paper, and then the concept of unit of writing, so forth. I think we all learned very much today, Prof. Dekan. So thank you so much. I think this will make us write more effectively and more efficiently. And I think with 7 days, no more excuse we cannot meet our submission KPI, kan, Prof. Dekan? So yeah, on behalf of all academic staff and postgraduate students, I would really like to thank Prof. Dekan for taking the time and effort to give us this talk today. So thank you to all the participants for joining us today. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye and have a great day. Thank you, Dekan.
Thank you. Bye. Assalamualaikum.
Bye.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Thank you everyone. Assalamualaikum.